Hey, what's up, guys? Today I took a trade on EU and had a winner. It was a small win because my bias was wrong, but I just took a counter-trend trade and I was a little aggressive with my exit just because I knew I was counter-trend. But the reason why I was bearish on Euro, or the reason why I was bullish on Euro, was because this morning when I looked at the dollar, we came into this weekly fair value gap right here. This candle, this one, and this one. This low doesn't touch this candle's high, so it makes this little gap, making it a SIBI, sell-side inefficiency. And so, so I could show you on the daily. When we were in this fair value gap, when I looked at it this morning, it hit and then reacted downwards. So I was looking at this on the 1 hour right here. So that was your midnight. We came up into that, and then we came down lower, having a market structure shift. And I was thinking, since we reacted pretty nicely off that, I'd be bullish for Euro. But news came out for Euro and really showed me how wrong my bias was. So this was the daily today, and as I said at the beginning of the week, I was expecting it for it to come down as this weekly fair value gap, and it looks like it might get close to it tomorrow, or it could just slam into it. But I could see London going into this and then New York retracing back, since it'll be Friday. But we'll see what happens. We got the 1 hour chart here. We got the 8:30 open, midnight open. We had this. But even though my bias is wrong, you can just see how price action is playing out. With the power of 3, we had the open here. We had a fake rally up, taking out this buy side liquidity here. And this buy side's a 15-minute buy side. But we took out this buy side right here. 7 a.m. opened, and we had high news at 8:30, jobless claims, and then it just freaking melted down. And I was like, well, I guess my bias is wrong on this. But on this candle here, I was thinking maybe it would come down to sweep this, come into this fair value gap right here, and then start retracing up. So I was looking for the 2022 model, and I was flipping down through my chart on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but it never gave me any of those entries until down here. And I entered down here, and I exited right at the beginning of this 1 hour fair value gap, just because, you're counter trend. Even on the 4 hour, we had this market structure shift down last Friday. We came up, we rebalanced all these fair value gaps right here. And once all this price action was rebalanced, it just needs to move lower to seek liquidity to the downside. So, like I said, we probably are aiming for this weekly fair value gap right here. We might come up back into this 4 hour order block. But we'll have to see what happens overnight here. But let me get down into the 15-minute. So we had this buy side liquidity up here, which I was originally aiming for if I was bullish. I was expecting price just to come down on news, have a fake rally, and then just go up. But this whole move right here was actually the fake rally to go down. So, I'll just go ahead and show you my entries here. Here's the 5 minute. So if you were really risky and confident with your bias, we had the 7 a.m. open for New York right here for the kill zone, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Started right here. We started going up. And at 8:10, we swept above this high. And I think you had a 2-minute market structure shift. Yeah, so you had a 2-minute market structure shift right here before that freaking drop. Market shifted, came up. You could have entered on this order block or just entered on this fair value gap. And then we just freaking dropped. And so now on the 1 minute, that would have been a massive move if you caught that. I don't know if anybody did, but yeah, there's your shift. You have some displacement to the downside, and it's already starting to prime itself for that drop. And small consolidation prior, expansion, and yeah. So we had this 1 minute market structure shift right here, but I didn't take that because it broke the wick, and yeah, I just wait for a candle close. So we came down here, and we had multiple entries. Let me show you. Let's replay this. Start from the 5. So I was flipping through the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 this whole time. And on the 5 minute, we broke structure here, and we have a fair value gap. Alright, yeah. But price never came back down to it. And if we switch to a 4 minute, broke structure with wicks, and it still never came. I mean, that came into this small fair value gap right here, rebalanced that, and then took off. But I entered on the 1 minute, actually, and I had some slippage, but I probably should have just been looking at the 3 and 2. But that's your market structure shift. So we had our swing high right here. Price broke that and came back down into this fair value gap right there. And I aimed just for the beginning of this fair value gap. Due to how bearish we were, I was just really aggressive with my exit, seeking this buy side right here to take out those stops. People selling are going to put their stop losses above a high, and that's a buy order. So if the big guys want to sell, they need buys for their sells. So they're going to come up and find all these orders and that are in the buy fashion. And then once they have enough, or once the algorithm has enough, or whatever it is moving this market, yeah, it'll just take off when it's ready. So I'll just show you my executions real quick. So I bought right here. I'll show you on the 1 minute where I bought. I put it on a market order. I need to start doing a limit order. I usually get better entries when I have a limit order, but I entered right here at the beginning of this fair value gap. But I was watching the 1 minute on this because I was looking at this 1 minute market structure shift. As soon as we broke that swing high, I was ready to go and pull the trigger. So I entered here and put my stop below the 3-minute fair value gap. Why the 3-minute? Because since that is a higher time frame fair value gap, the price would be more likely to want to draw back into that, but it did not. So I put it under that candle, this candle right here, and I was thinking it might still want to go down to the fair value gap, so I just gave myself some room just in case, and then I targeted right there. So it's a little over 1%, but I'm fine with that as long as, you know, I knew I was counter trend, and so I was aggressive with it. But you can't be freaking shooting for the moon if you're counter trend thinking it's going to go all the way up and refill this and whatnot. It totally could, but chances are it's not. So, and then it just came back down and would have taken me out if I was being greedy. So take your profits if you're in profit and your risk reward ratios are good. Don't be greedy. And yeah, I will talk to you guys mañana, Friday. So talk to you later. Peace.